All right, I had to record this video because I am in awe. I am in absolute awe of life. So, I'm reading through Wayne Dyer's book right now. And Wayne Dyer is the person I feel most connected to, more than any person that I've read or listened to since David Hawkins, since discovering David Hawkins' work. And I feel even more connected to Wayne Dyer than David Hawkins, which is wild for me to say. And I know that Wayne Dyer grew up in Detroit, and I know that he died in Hawaii, and I knew that he spent some time teaching at St. John's. So that to me is his life in a nutshell. And as I'm reading his book today, his not quite autobiography, but similar to an autobiography, got my Kindle out, and I'm reading I Can See Clearly Now. He starts talking about how he's lecturing, and his first lecture is on the North Shore of Long Island. Say, North Shore of Long Island, that's interesting. I grew up on the North Shore of Long Island. Okay. So I continue reading. It turns out that one of his students works in Port Washington. I said, okay, that's interesting. Port Washington is where I grew up. One of his students wants him to start speaking about his material and his life, and he's never spoken before. And he mentions that he's offering a 4-week program called Living a Self-Actualized Life. And he wrote about it, or somebody wrote about it, one of his students wrote about it in the Port Washington News. And he starts giving these lectures in Port Washington. You're telling me that the person that I feel most connected to made his first money as a speaker in my hometown when he is from Detroit and he died in Hawaii? Port Washington, of all places. He goes on to say, when he has limited space, he decides to rent out the auditorium at Schreiber High School on Campus Drive in Port Washington. The place is packed every Monday night for the next year and a half. And when my book is published the following March, 1,200 people will be in attendance. My Monday night lectures in Port Washington are a huge community event with people attending from all over the New York metropolitan area. The very same high school that I went to, that I spent 4 years with, I've never seen Schreiber High School mentioned in a book about self-actualization, a book about people growing, a book about growth. And the person that I feel most connected to mentions that he made his first money doing the thing that he loves to do at the place that I spent 4 years. You know, I find this sort of thing really interesting because he talked about how he went to, prior to lecturing in Port Washington, he went to Germany and he went to see some of the concentration camps. And it was 29 years after the Holocaust happened did Wayne Dyer visit and see. And he said that he felt it. He felt the fear. He felt even in the air. And it was 29 years later. He felt the energy of the concentration camps. And he felt how it was different than what he was experiencing on a normal basis. My question is, if that's true, right? If it is true that you could feel an energy of something so negative and so heavy and so dark, the question becomes, can you feel an energy of love and light? And is it possible that Wayne Dyer giving those lectures in that place, the place that I grew up, impacted me in some way and impacted and has impacted every person for who knows how long after? Living a self-actualized life. I mean, when I read this in his book, I got tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes because of that, because I see a clearer picture, because I see how it's all connected, because I can see the divine plan. I mean, my first reaction is, God is so great for giving me this person, giving me this book, giving me this resource, and then somehow connecting it. I mean, there are videos here on this channel in the last week of me saying I feel more connected to Wayne Dyer than any person that I've read in a long time. And to find out in this moment that Wayne Dyer made his first money, his first paid gig was in my high school. Really special. Very special indeed. And I feel so grateful to have experienced a moment like that, just to witness and just to feel God's presence. So, yeah, but I'll be offering a lecture series called Living a Self-Actualized Life sometime soon. But yeah, feeling so grateful to experience that. So, appreciate you for listening. Day 94, complete. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.